Let's explore question related to negotiating project agreements. Now, here is the question. Your procurement team member is insisting on adding the list of deliverable in the project agreement. In his view, it helps in identifying the project completion criteria. It's a website development project where requirements are not yet known. How do you approach this problem? Here are the options. Identify the deliverable and add them into the agreement. Add a generic list of deliverables like document, code, test. Add validation approach for each iteration into the agreement. Add the list of user story in the agreement. What do you think should be the answer of this question? In my view, the option C, add validation approach for iteration into the agreement, should be the answer. Now you may wonder what is this option and why this is right. Now let's understand the question from the beginning. The situation is like this. You are sitting with the procurement person and coming up with an agreement, or you can say a statement of work. You want to get some work done from someone, and you understand that this part of work is a website driven work and the deliverables will emerge. You don't know exactly what all feature, what all things you need from the work. At the same time, the procurement guy has a right concern, because till the time you don't list down the things into the contract, how do you know you have achieved what you wanted to achieve? Because before they pay the money, they want to see what all deliverables were expected to be provided by the vendor and what all has been received. So he tells you, why don't you put a list of the things which we want from this guy? And you are wondering, how do I do that, because I don't know what exactly we want from this particular project. Now, first option, identifying the deliverables and add them to the agreement. Now, if you do that, it will become a waterfallish or a predictive lifecycle project. So you may spend 2-3 months time exploring the idea and identifying what exactly you need, and then only you can reach to the agreement. In this process, you will lose time and you are no more following the adaptive life cycle. You are not following the change driven life cycle. You are following a change avoiding life cycle or a predictive life cycle. So which is not the intent from this particular question, because the requirements are not known and it is not advisable to unnecessarily, or you can say not realistically knowing the requirement and later on realizing that were not the requirement. So that's why option A goes out. Add a generic list to the deliverables by things like document, code, test. Now this is something I have seen happening multiple times. So the vendor will say, okay, let me write the deliverables. You will get code, you will get documentation, you will get test, and you will get few things. Now it's very difficult. Now in a contract it looks good because we have a list of deliverables, but those deliverables not necessarily provides value. You have a code, but you don't know how the code is actually behaving. Are you getting the intended work done from that particular thing? So it might be a kind of a sub element to it, but that's not the real purpose of identifying are we going in the right direction, because code can be delivered to you at any point in time. We need to know, is it the right code which we wanted to get from the work. Now look at the third option which is not right, and then I come to the right option. Add the list of user story in the agreement. Now you may start tempting to pick this option because you see, oh, user story, it's an agile word. Now why don't we just go with that? Now in a way, this list of user stories more or less, the option D is more or less equivalent to A. The only difference is in the A we were using the word deliverables, here we are using the user story. Now even in the agile world, you don't know all the user stories. If you know all the user stories at this time of doing contract, in a way you know what you want, in a way you know deliverables. So things are expected to emerge, you don't have a list of it. And that's why the option C comes into the picture, which is add validation approach of each iteration into the agreement. Now you may wonder what this is. In agile way of working, when we don't know exactly what we really need, we focus on approach of doing development, approach of learning, are we going in a right direction. So it's like this, that we may say that we will work for every 2 weeks or 1 month, and at the end of a month we will review what is going on, how it is adding value, and based on that review we will decide what do we do in the next step. Now what all things will get reviewed, how do we evaluate that are we going in a right direction, that part should be written into the agreement, because you are not focusing on what you are making, you are more focusing on how you are making it, how you are incorporating the new learning, and how you are ensuring that our development is chasing something which is really needed from the business. And that is the reason I go with option C. If you have some difference of opinion, your ideas related to this question, post them into the comment section. We would like to hear them.